Hey, fifth graders. All right. Hopefully our introductory video helps us out actually solve some of these problems that you'll find in your packets. Okay. So our topic that I introduced in our last video was evaluating, writing, and interpreting expressions in terms of order of operations. Okay. So order of operations. Quick review. We know operations is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then we added two more exponents and parentheses. Okay? We know that in an expression or an equation, that if we have parentheses, we got to do that first. If we have exponents, we got to do that second. If we have multiplication or division, we do that next. If we have both of multiplication and division in the same equation, we do it left to right. And then our last one is addition and subtraction. We always do our addition and subtraction last, and if we have both addition and subtraction in the same equation, we do it much like the last step, left to right. Okay, so we're just going to warm up with this right here. Okay, the whole lesson, the whole topic of order of operations is completing things that you've already done before. Like I said, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So if we solve these warm-up problems, it's stuff that you've already done before. We have 5 plus 5 plus 5. That's repeated addition. It equals 15. We got 2 times 6, we know, is 12. We have a fraction times a whole number. We know that we can turn any whole number into a fraction by putting it over 1. Multiply across, we end up with 9 thirds. Okay. We go to 9 divided by 3. We have 3. We go 6 plus 6. We have 12. We have 3 times 5. We have 15. Now some of you at home might be thinking, why are we doing these simple third grade problems? Wow. That's the whole premise of completing order of operations. Okay? Is you're doing a lot of the skills that you already know, just in a particular order based on the order you found in our last video and the start of this one. Okay? Alright, so guys, I want you to be following along in your teacher manual packets, okay? In your teacher manual packets. And we're going to be on page 625. I'll write that up here. So make sure you are following along in your teacher manual packets. Page 625. Alright, we got to know what we're doing. We got to know what the problem is, and we got to figure out what operations are we doing in this problem. Okay? It says, Maria and her friend go to a movie. At the snack stand, they each get a drink that costs $5. Okay? And a popcorn that costs $8. Okay? Mariah pays for her friend. How much does Mariah pay altogether? Okay, we got to recognize what we're doing here. Okay? Now, we know that popcorn costs $5 and a drink costs $5 and a popcorn costs $8. Okay? But we know that there's two friends. So there's two separate ways we can do this. Okay? We know that to figure out the total cost of the popcorn and the drink would be 5 plus 8. Okay? So we know that problem. We have 5 plus 8. Now that's the simple part of the problem. We know that gives us the total cost for one person. Okay? But we need to find the total cost Maria is spending because she pays for herself and her friend. So we can do this two separate ways. We can do 5 plus 8 two separate times. Plus 5 plus 8. Now what do you notice? What's the only operation we have in here? We have only addition, right? And we can perform this left to right. Okay? So, this is the total cost for Maria, this is the total cost for her friend, so we have 5 plus 8. I only do one step at a time. I end up with 13 plus 5 plus 8. Once again, only addition, so we do left to right. 13 plus 5. I end up with 18 plus 8. It's my final one. One operation, two numbers, perform it, and you end up with 26. So Maria spent $26 on both her drink and her popcorn, as well as her friend's drink and their popcorn. Okay? So, the other way I can do this is by multiplying. We know that the popcorn and the drink are the same. It's the same cost, but we have two friends, correct? So, I could say that we have 5 plus 8 times how many people? 2. Now, we already know that the answer is 26. So I'm going to write this 2 different ways and see if you notice which way is the correct way. Okay? 5 plus 8 times 2. Now, the only thing you notice is the difference between the two is the parentheses. Okay? In this top equation, we know that we have 2 operations. We have addition and we have multiplication. But like I've said before, I know that in the order of operations, I have to do multiplication first. So in this particular problem, you notice that I have multiplication over here. So I would be multiplying 8 times 2, which is 16. I rewrite my equation with the step before, and I have 5 plus 16 equals 21. Is that 26 like we know the total cost is? No, it's not. So the key indicator here that I want you guys to recognize is that we need to add parentheses because we know we have to add the total cost of the popcorn and the drink first before we multiply it by the 2 people that Maria is paying for. Okay? And look at what I do. I know that the first thing I have to do, according to my rules for order of operations, is anything inside parentheses. And I see that 5 plus 8, the total cost of the drink and popcorn is in parentheses, and that's what I do first. And that's what I find first. And I end up with 13. How many people do we have? 2. So we multiply it by 2. And we end up with, voila, 26. How much money does Maria spend on herself and her friend? $26. Okay? Very good. If you notice in your teacher manual page, sample B is another way of writing it. We know that we're buying 2 popcorns and we're buying 2 drinks, so they multiply both of those costs by 2 for both Maria and her friend, and then they add the 2 in the middle. Okay? So, you have 3 different ways of writing this equation. I think this is the simplest one just because it's the least amount of numbers. Okay? Alright. Hopefully this was helpful. This was, once again, I'll tell you, page 625 in your teacher manual pages. Alright. Have a good one.